Hey guys, before you guys check out this video, make sure you check out my sponsor in the description down below. So my sponsor today is ISEE Hair. So basically they sent me their 22-inch Brazilian straight transparent lace wig. Okay, their hair company is basically an Amazon based company, and I know it can be a little tricky when it comes to Amazon based companies, but I promise you guys this company's hair is bomb. Okay, so I have in the hair right now, it is a wig. It's a frontal wig. The lace is right here. It's a couple days old, but it still looks very nice. I just wore a hat today, so it's kind of looking a little crazy. And yeah guys, I've had this hair for maybe about a month now, and it still looks very nice. It's true to length and everything. And yeah, I hope you guys check them out because I've had a chance to work with them and I love their hair. Okay, just because it's on Amazon don't mean it's not good. Okay, so I hope you guys loved the video. Make sure you guys check them out in the description down below. And yeah, bye guys. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time for you guys today. You feel me? I recorded this story time yesterday, but then my stupid stuff accidentally deleted the story time, so now I gotta retell the story, which I'm actually kind of happy in a way because, like, here I go. I kept saying like every 5 seconds in the video, so I was like, okay, maybe I can explain more without saying like so much. But if I say like 100 times, like, I'm sorry. You feel me? DeseyAnn in the back cooking me some soup. So, you know, I'm gonna start eating like in the middle. I might start eating in the middle of the story time, but I'm gonna jump right into it. And yeah, so this story time took place maybe 3-4 years ago. I think it was like 4 years ago. Oh, it was 3 or 4 years ago. And it was in New York. Now, back then, like when I was in school, I used to go to New York literally every summer. Like, if school was over May 24th, on the 25th, we was going to New York, and we was spending the whole summer in New York. Oh God. This one year, like I said, we went to New York or whatever. And I feel like every time we go to New York and before we come back home, something always happens. Like, it's always some type of fight, some type of argument. Like, it's always something happening with somebody involving me or Desiree or both of us or whatever. And yeah, so this year, of course, something happened before we came back to Georgia. Basically, you know, we was at my dad's house, my dad's apartment building, and we was spending, you know, time with our family over there. This one day, well, the day before the day that all this happened, I felt like it was like a lot of tension in the house. Like, it was a whole lot of like weird vibes, low-key, but it was like whatever. So the next day comes around, right? So my sister and my 2 little brothers and then my stepbrother, we were all in the room in the back. It's like a room all the way in the back of the apartment, and that was basically the boys' room, and that's where my 2 little brothers and my stepbrother basically slept. That was their room. So we was back there, we was chilling, you know, watching TV, and we was all cool, chilling, vibing, all that. And then my little brother back then, like, he's still kind of a little crazy right like now, but like back then he used to be on some wild stuff. Like, he used to be on some crazy stuff. Like, he's a boy, so I kind of understand, but he used to be like on some extreme stuff. Like, he kind of calmed down now, but you know, sometimes he still go back to his crazy little ways. But you know, whatever, I kind of understand, but sometimes I'd be like, what's up? We was in the room chilling, and he was throwing pieces of bread at me. Like, he had bread. He would tear the bread, and he was like throwing it at me. And where I was sitting, like, when you walk in the room, there's a bunk bed, right? And I was sitting on the top of the bunk by the stairs where you where you climb up, and I was like having my legs down, and I was sitting at the top of the bunk bed. He was on the bed. It's like a single bed. That was my stepbrother's bed, and he was on the bed right there, and he was like standing up on it, and he was throwing the pieces of bread at the top of the bunk to hit me. So he kept throwing it and throwing it and throwing it, and I'm like, why? Why you keep throwing bread at me? Like, I was getting upset because I'm like, I'm not understanding. Like, we're chilling. We're all chilling. We're watching a movie. I think we was watching YouTube, actually. And he just kept throwing pieces of bread at me. So I was getting upset. And I was like, bruh, stop. And, you know, he's still throwing it, whatever. I put my hand on top of, like, the little thing. Like the little wooden piece. I put my... Huh? The stairs? No, I put my hand, like, on top of the bed. Like, it's a wooden part that was right by the bed. So I put my hand on top of it to just rest my hand right there. So he stood up and, like, was banging my hand. Like, he stood up on the bed he was sitting on, and he was, like, banging my hand. So I was getting frustrated and upset because I'm like, boy, why you keep messing with me? Like, I'm just trying to chill. I'm just trying to vibe, and you keep messing with me. And I'm getting very agitated, and I'm going to fight you now, okay? So, you know, as siblings, you're going to fight with your siblings. Like, siblings are going to fight. Siblings are going to argue. Siblings, like, I talk to Desiree like she crazy. She talks to me like she crazy. But it's just... like, it's just sibling vibes that y'all probably would not understand. So I feel like when siblings get to arguing and fighting, unless it goes to an extreme level, then I feel like you could get in between that. But when siblings are arguing and fighting, I suggest nobody get in between it. Whether you're a parent, another sibling, teacher, whatever you are, a friend, don't get involved with sibling altercations. So, whatever. We got to fight. Well, we didn't get to fighting, but, like, he was hitting me. I was hitting him back, like, boy, don't hit me, whatever. So he keeps hitting me, still throwing bread at me. So I just got fed up. And I feel like you can't tell somebody how to react. So just because you're throwing bread at me and you feel like, oh, it's just bread. If I deck you in your face, you can't be like, bro, all I was doing was throwing bread at you. Because it's like, okay, and, like, you was agitating me. You don't know what kind of day I was having. You don't know what I'm feeling like. So I came down from the bunk, and I was trying to square up. So we was both, like, you know, fighting. He not scared. Like, he gonna step. Like, he don't care. Like, he will step. He will fight you. He don't care how old you are, how big you are, what you say you gonna do. He gonna fight. So I already know what kind of mentality he got. So I'm like, all right, well, we gonna fight. So, you know, we play fight. Well, not play fighting, because I was serious, because I was upset. But I'm pretty sure he's just trolling me and trying to get me to be mad or whatever. So we fight or whatever. For some reason, he ended up crying, like starting to cry. But I can't remember why he started crying. But he started to cry. Now, he walked out the room, and I seen him grab the broom. And the broom is a wooden broom. So when he grabbed the broom, my bowl over here. Right here. And my spoon right next to me. He went and grabbed the wooden broom. So when he grabbed the broom, I was like, oh. Oh, sorry. When he grabbed the broom, I was like, oh, hell no, baby. Because who finna get hit with a wooden broom? Like, he's finna beat me with this broom. So I went and I hid behind my stepbrother and my other brother, because I'm like, yo, I'm not finna get hit. So he was still hitting. He was basically trying to hit me with the broom, but he ended up hitting them with the broom because I was behind them and he couldn't catch me. So I guess, I don't know if he's seen his mom come in, but I feel like okay, now this is the part where it's kind of like confusing in a way, because I can't remember if his mom heard the commotion of, you know, everybody yelling because he was hitting with the broom, like hitting us with the broom, or if she came out her room when she heard me yelling at him. Can't remember, but we're just gonna go with when he was hitting us with the broom. I guess she was coming out her room and he stopped. Then he put the broom down and he started crying to make it seem like somebody was doing something to him when nobody wasn't even doing nothing to him. He was the one beating us. So I'm sitting there and I get up and she's like, what's the problem? So he's crying like, trying to make it seem like somebody was doing something to him. And I'm trying to explain like what happened. So it's like, I already talk loud as it is. Like, I'm a loud talker. Like, I talk loud. Everybody who knows me knows this. So I'm not yelling at her. I'm just talking loud. And plus, I'm angry and irritated because I was just getting beaten with a broom. Bread thrown on me and hit in my hand because... yeah, you can put something in here. Dang, this hella soup.
You said you want soup.
She don't... Okay, so... I'm yelling, but it's just really my talking voice in a way. But I'm loud and I'm trying to tell her what happened. Bring those back over here, actually, because they're not good. So I'm trying to explain to her what happened, and he's crying. So you just, if you could imagine all this, it's very loud because you got one person crying loud and you got one person angry and talking very extremely loud to get their point across. So it's a whole lot of noise going on. So this is where I felt like this should have never happened, and it really should have went a whole nother way, because after I was trying to explain myself, like I was being, next thing you know, I was being pulled and pushed, okay? And it wasn't from my little brother, it was from his mom. But I was confused because I'm like, I didn't do nothing, so like, what's going on here? So she was like, come on, go in my room. And I'm still talking, like, bruh, I didn't do nothing, da da da. So next thing you know, I'm being pulled, and then I get pushed, okay? So I get pushed, like, the way the apartment set up, I'm all the way in the back room, and then next is the kitchen, and then next is the living room. So I damn near get pushed all the way to the kitchen, going into the living room. So I'm still, like, going back, trying to talk, and, like, I didn't do nothing, da, 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 like, going back and forth or whatever. And after you know, I'm being jacked up. Like, literally jacked up over the couch, getting yelled at and stuff like that by her. And I'm, like, very confused. I'm so confused, and everything happened so fast. So my mind wasn't even processing all this, really, because it's like, is this really happening? Like, am I really getting jacked up for something that I did not do? So she comes, pushes me. I'm not trying to go in the room because I'm trying to explain, like, to her. I feel like she wasn't trying to understand where I was coming from or what I was trying to say. It was like, I don't care. I'm trying to tell you, come to my room. That's just that. I'm not trying to hear what just happened in there. That don't got nothing to do with me. So, yeah. Next thing you know, I'm getting jacked up over the couch. Like this. And she's, like, right here. And she's jacking me up, like, no, da da da, and I'm yelling still, because you're not gonna yell at me for no reason. Like, okay, if I deserve to get yelled at, like, yell at me, but I didn't do nothing, so no. So that happened. So then next thing you know, she pushed me into her room, and I feel like that whole situation went, like, the way she went about that whole situation was very immature and wrong. Like, you should listen to what other people have to say. Like, don't just start jacking up people for no reason. We end up in her room. So at this point, we're just going back and forth, and I just feel like instead of listening to what I had to say, because it was that little brother who I was having problems with, she wasn't trying to hear nothing I was saying. I feel like if it was my other little brother, then it would have went differently. So basically, that happened. We in the room, and her whole attitude changed, right? So it went from being at the same, like, not the same level of mad that I was on, because I was on a whole nother level of mad. But instead of being, like, mad, like, they're jacking me up, they're pushing me, she went from that to being like, oh my God, DeseyAnn, I did so much for you, and da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa, like, where is this coming from? Because you was just hype, and now you mad calm. So I came to find out that she was voice recording the conversation once we got in the room, because I was mad, so I was cussing and shit. Like, I was upset, like, I don't care, because you just disrespected me, so at this point, I don't respect you. So, basically, she took her phone. This is how I found out. She took her phone, and she, like, tossed it on the bed. But you know, with iPhones, if you pick up the phone, like, the screen comes up, like, the screen shows that, basically, the screen comes up, right? So I seen the voice memo thing and going. So I'm like, oh, and you don't have to voice record anything that I'm saying, because I could repeat what I said to my father. Because I felt like she just wanted to voice record it, so she can act like, so it could seem like she the nice person and she calm, and I'm going crazy on her for no reason. Like, I'm not the type to disrespect nobody, especially no adult, for no reason, because my mom didn't raise me like that. And even if it's somebody even if it's somebody with previous problems or whatever, no matter who it is, if I'm being disrespectful to anybody, like, my mom would slap the shit out of me, because that's not how she raised me, and that's not how you talk to people, and that's not how you treat people. So even if it was her and you know, she's trying to correct me about something that I'm wrong, and I disrespect her, and you know my mom finds out, I'm going to get in trouble, because if somebody's trying to correct you for doing something wrong and you're disrespecting them, that's wrong, you know. But in that case, bitch, I wasn't wrong, so I didn't care. So I'm cussing her out at this point because I'm mad and you not listening to me, so I don't care no more. It's like, whatever. So I'm cussing her out. She acting all sane and stuff, and her mom was there in the room, and her mom seen everything that happened and didn't stop her, but whatever. That was back then, whatever. So that happened, and I feel like, well, Desiree was there, but Desiree didn't do nothing. But like when I talk about the situation with Desiree and my mom, I'll be like, Desiree, you didn't do nothing. Like, you could have came, you could have squared up. Like, you feel me? You could have did something. And she was like, I'm not gonna say what she said, but it's just like everything was happening so fast that it was really no time for her to react. And that's what I'm gonna just go with. So that happens. I done cursed the lady out. I done said everything I had to say in the book. And my dad comes home. I want to go home to my mom at this point. I done showed my mom the picture. Oh yeah, I'm going to show y'all the picture right now, how my neck looked after this whole thing happened. So then after that, my mom was like mad. Like, my mom was trying to come up there, but that didn't happen. You know, she got stopped because, you know, that would have turned into a whole nother situation. So then my dad wasn't trying to let me go to Brooklyn where my mom was. Like, he was trying to make me stay in Queens over there. And I was like, I don't want to be here. And I think it was 4th of July, too. I was like, I don't even want to be here. But me and my sister ended up spending 4th of July with my dad. You know, we popped fireworks. He put some stuff on the grill. And, you know, I had fun and I enjoyed my time with my father. But it's still the fact that this lady still lives in this house. And she's going to be back in the house. And you're going to be back to work. And I have to stay here with her. Like, no. After I just called her all that shit and said all them things, like, I don't want to see her, and I know damn well she don't want to see me. So that was that. We ended up staying there. So the next morning, right? Next morning, all this, you know, I still have a hype ass energy, because I'm like, I didn't forget what happened yesterday. Like, I'm not gonna just fall asleep, wake up, and like be hey where everybody like, no, like I'm mad forever. So I wake up and I stay in the room. Like, I get up to use the bathroom, brush my teeth, and then I go back in the room. And in the living room, she was there with her friend, and her mom. So her friend gonna come in the room like, you know, come make some breakfast. Like, I guess they made breakfast or whatever. So she was trying to tell me come eat and stuff. And I'm over here like, why you had to come and tell me to eat? Like, if she just made breakfast, why can't she come tell us to eat? Like, why you gotta be the one to come? Like, that's very immature. Like, you're an adult. Like, how about you act like it? So that happened, and I went out there and I ate. So they was like, good morning. So when they said good morning, she didn't say good morning. Her mom and I think the other lady said good morning. So I was like, good morning. And I don't know if she felt some type of way about, oh, how I didn't say good morning to her. But I'm not the type to be like, good morning, Peter. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, John. Like, no, I'm going to say good morning. And whoever takes it, takes it. If you don't take it, then I'm sorry. Like, I guess you don't get no good morning. So I got my food. I went back in the room and I was eating my stuff. And then, you know, put myself in the sink, came back in the room and I was chilling. So before her little friend left, she going to come in the room talking about some, well, you should really apologize. Apologize for what? Like, I'm not apologizing, because whatever I said, I felt and I meant that. And she, like, I feel like as an adult, you should not be trying to get an apology from a child, especially when you were the one in the wrong and you just don't want to admit to being wrong. So you want me to apologize. So I was not going for that. So I was like, no, I'm not apologizing. So the lady went back. So then the lady came back and was like, you sure? Like, you should really apologize, you know, be the bigger person. Why are you telling a 15, 16-year-old be a bigger person to like a 40-something-year-old woman? Like, I'm confused. Like, what planet are we on? I'm very, very, very confused at this point. So she takes me to the room where, like, my stepmom's room, right? We go in there. My stepmom on her bed, right? So I'm sitting there. So here go her friend talking, and then here she go again, back with the, I did so much for you and Desiree. Desiree, that's my sister. So she's like, I did so much for you and Desiree.
Cap.
And you guys, like, just going on. And I'm like, I'm not here to hear about what nobody did for me or my sister. Like, and I feel like people who throw stuff in your face like, oh, I did this for you and you did it out, like, if you did something out of your heart for somebody and you keep bringing it up, then you really didn't genuinely do it. Because when you genuinely do something for somebody, you don't keep throwing it in their face. So she was saying that, and I'm just looking at her like, because I'm not apologizing. Like, I don't care. It don't matter what she's saying. Like, I'm not apologizing. So then the lady was like, yeah, so apologize. So I'm looking, because I'm like, I'm not, like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not apologizing. Like, I did not do anything. Like, you be the bigger person. Like, why do I have to be the bigger person? So she was like, she ended up getting up and she's like, she don't gotta apologize. Like, she got this soft voice on, like she just wasn't on no hype shit the day before that. So she's like, she don't gotta apologize. And I'm like, well, cool, because I wasn't apologizing anyway. So when she was walking out the door, the lady was talking, and I was like, at this point, I'm like, I already done cussed the lady out. I done said whatever I said. Like, I'm not talking to her, so I might as well just get everything off my chest. So at this point, she walking out the room, and I was like, she's just mad because she think that my mom want my dad, and she don't even want him. So I know that probably hurt a little heart, because, like, it's true, like, nobody don't want him. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure he could go, my dad is a handsome young man, okay? He could go snatch him up a baddie right now, you feel me? Right now on a mad-ass hoe, okay? He can go snatch him up right now, okay? But, like, it's not my mom. Like, we good over here. I feel like people don't know the difference between a genuine, healthy relationship between two parents that are no longer together. Like, they have a healthy relationship where, okay, we understand we have kids with each other, so we're gonna have to communicate and do everything positively to make sure that the kids get everything that they need to get and stuff like that. Like, I don't even remember the last time. I don't even remember the days with my mom and my dad living together. But I feel like because they have such a good relationship with each other, that I feel like I turned out very well, and I feel like I could communicate with both of them, and they could communicate with each other, and we can always figure something out. Like, that's just having a healthy relationship. Nobody wants that, okay? Like, he could stay where he at, and we good over here, you feel me? So yeah, so I'm pretty sure she felt some type of way about that, but I didn't care at that moment, because I was like, you got me messed up. So while I was walking past her, I said it again, so I made sure she could hear me, because I was like, yes, I need to make sure you heard that. So that was that. It's crazy because after that whole situation happened, I did not go back to New York until Christmas, the last Christmas that just passed. So 4 years later, I did not go back to New York. Like, I didn't go back to New York. I didn't speak to none of them over there. Like, none of that. Like, I would talk to my stepsister here and there, my little brothers here and there. Of course, I'll be talking to my dad. But yeah, I ain't talked to none of them since Christmas. And I feel like that happened so long ago. So hopefully it's no beef over this story, because it's a story. It did happen. I was truthful with everything I said, because everything that I said did happen. And I don't care about the situation no more. Like, it happened. Whatever. Like, nobody should be mad. The only person who should be mad about this is me, because I'm the one who got jacked the fuck up and had scratches and shit. Like, I should be mad. But yeah, y'all, that was a crazy little story, baby. And it's crazy because it just popped up, and I was like, damn, I remember when this happened, and I really gotta tell y'all, because, baby, I was mad as fuck, my nigga. I was so motherfucking mad. I was like, I can't believe this. And plus, I couldn't even go back to Brooklyn. I had to stay there. I was mad as fuck. But bygones is bygones. I never talked to the story about nobody besides my mom and my sister. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the story time. It was a lit story, you feel me? And yeah, it is what it is. It's old news. I don't have no beef with my, I hope y'all don't think I have no beef with my stepmom. It happened a long time ago. I'm not the type to hold grudges. Like, it happened. I don't care. You ain't kill me. You ain't kill nobody in my family, so I don't care. And also, I literally went on a trip with them to Trinidad. Ew, I know y'all just seen that fly in my mouth. Anyway, I literally went on a trip to Trinidad with all of them. We stayed in the guest house. We all had a good little time. I didn't have no troubles with nobody. I spent Christmas with them and stuff. So, you know, it was everything straight. I just had to tell y'all this story because y'all been begging for a story time. And this story was something else. So, excuse me. I'm gonna go finish my cheddar broccoli soup. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you add me on Snapchat. Make sure you drop a comment down below and let me know if you guys want to see me do any other videos. Make sure when you click the subscribe button, you click the bell next to it so you guys are notified every time I post another video. And also comment down below done when you're done doing that so I can give you a shout out. And until next time, oh, actually, make sure you check out my sponsor down below also, okay? Because it's here, it's bomb.com. I think that's just on period. And until next time, Desi out.
Way too motherfucking wavy. I can't imagine myself being basic. I feel like the man when I'm thumbing through faces. Hide all this pain in this blood.